All right, let's continue our face-off and take a closer look at the user interface on the Nexus S versus the Sony Ericsson Xperia Arc. On the Nexus S, again, they're both running Android 2.3 Gingerbread, so both of them are going to offer you 5 different panels that you can customize. On the Nexus S with Android widgets primarily. In fact, that's all that's available, except for what you download from the market. Android widgets, application shortcuts, bookmarks, folders, and contact information. This is our power widget. This is Places widget, music widget, YouTube widget, news and weather widget, calendar widget, clock widget, contact shortcuts, Google search, Google search, different areas of the phone you can search, and then the market widget. Go in and show you all the widgets that are available. And again, I've downloaded beautiful weather on this, so that doesn't count. Calendar, Google search, home screen, see a few that I've downloaded. But for the most part, you're going to get nothing but Android widgets on the 7 panels. Excuse me, for the 5 panels that you can customize. On the Xperia Arc, again, 5 panels. Big difference is going to be you're going to have Sony Ericsson widgets along with Android widgets, application shortcuts, bookmarks, folders, and contact information. This is the picture widget on from Sony Ericsson YouTube, which is Android. This is the music player widget. This is the Mediascape widget, which basically will show you all of your pictures and video. Mediascape bar, music shortcut, gallery shortcut, video shortcut. Clock widget, this is the Android weather widget. This is Timescape, which is a Sony Ericsson widget which will follow and update in real time, whatever you have going on in Facebook, Twitter, or Foursquare. Track ID, which will recognize music and let you know what it is. Power widgets, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, speaker, and brightness. Data widget, calendar widget, and then your Google search widget. And see if anything looks maybe a little bit different, but not a heck of a lot. HTC really offers a lot more with the Google search widget than I found anybody else does. And then let's find a blank space here somewhere. And let's take a look at all of the widgets available. And again, some of these are Android, but you've got digital clock, Foursquare for friends and places. What else is new here that you wouldn't? Media shortcuts, which we took a look at. Your power widgets, photos and videos, picture frame, Timescape. So we did see most of the Sony Ericsson widgets. So there's a look at the different widgets, and again, it's both of them have 5 different panels you can customize. All right, both have notification systems up at the top, and they're both actually the same. Neither one have any of the fancy connectivity manager shortcuts or last 8 applications open. They simply give you what looks like this, more or less. You can see I've got voicemail I haven't looked at, some applications that I've downloaded, as well as some emails I haven't taken a look at yet as well. And again, closing that, you'll still have your notifications if you haven't taken a look at them up here in your upper left hand corner. As far as main menus, on the Nexus S we've got the nice 3D effect, which is very slick, and on the Xperia Arc we're going to go right to left. One thing that's nice on the Xperia Arc, push this little down key here and you can set up the order of your applications, alphabetical, most used, or recently installed, which is kind of a nice touch. Alright, holding down on the home key, which should bring up the recent apps manager on both, and there you can see that. Pushing on the home key again. Oh, I forgot. Sony Ericsson Arc. Squeezing the screen together will bring up an overview of all of the different widgets that are currently in use. So you can use a shortcut tapping on it to go to a different panel, more or less. Get to the calendar, music player. On the Nexus S, holding down either in the lower right or lower left will bring up a little miniature view of each of the 5 different panels, and again you can tap on any one to go directly to it, and you can do it from either side, and so that's a way to move around there. So there's a quick look at the user interface on the Nexus S versus Sony Ericsson Xperia Arc. Let's take a little closer look at the messaging applications on our 2 contestants. We'll start with the Nexus S, and we're in messaging already. We'll go in to create a new message. Let's go in and see what we have as far as keyboards to choose from, or input methods. And basically we have the Android keyboard. Let's go into settings. Language and keyboard. Select language, user dictionary, Android keyboard. What kind of settings do we have? Vibrate on key press. Sound on key press if we want. Pop-up key press, which we've got. Touch the correct words. Auto capitalization. Show setting keys. Voice input. Quick fixes. Suggestions. Autocomplete. Okay, so we've got all that set up now. So we're going to put our new message in and we'll send it to me. There I am. One nice thing we've got. Call John on Tuesday. So that works fine. Again, we're not getting any capitalization, but that worked great. And we'll try a little bit here like this for our... And it does space after you select from the row, which is nice. And you've got punctuation there showing as well, which is slick. It's your smiley face down here in the lower right-hand corner. Symbols and numbers aside from what's on top lower left, as you can see. And then let's take a look at landscape as well for our meeting next. That was my fault. It said next and I pushed the wrong next. Wednesday. Alright, no problem. Got the capitalization, did very well. As far as attachments, go into main menu, attachments. We've got pictures, video, so we've got a direct link to the camera as well as audio, and then the slideshow. Missing calendar events or a V card. Anything else there I wanted to show you? Nope, that's pretty much it on the Nexus S. Alright, let's go into the Sony Ericsson Xperia Arc. We'll add a recipient. I still didn't say it right, did I? Recipient. Yeah, I think I got it the last time. I don't know, I'm losing it. Alright, let's see what we got for choices as far as keyboards, input methods. We've got Chinese keyboard, default, input, and Japanese keyboard. Let's go into settings and see what all that means. We've got user dictionary, Chinese default, input. We've got writing languages, quick text settings, learn words, quick fixes. What do we have under quick fixes? Oops, under word suggestions. Sloppy typing with autocorrection. I like that. Sloppy typing without autocorrection, letter substitution, word suggestions, and don't use dictionary. Alright, let's go back into our message. There we go. And again, no speech to text. Even though it's Android 2.3 Gingerbread, the Sony Ericsson doesn't put in speech to text. You've got your smiley faces by holding down the number symbol key. It'll bring up your smiley faces, and the smiley faces look really cool. I'd rather have speech to text. Having on that, we'll get your symbols and numbers, which is nice. There is no long press for symbols or numbers. Then you've got your settings key, which takes us back to where we were in settings over there. So we'll call John on Tuesday, and there it is. So that did pretty well. And let's take a look at it landscape as well. Come on, don't fight me. There we go. I find it does a really nice job as far as word prediction. Let's take a look at attachments here. Let's get it back in. There we go, our little attachment key. We can add a picture, take a photo, add video, record video, and add sound. So it's a little more limited than what you get with the Nexus S. And again, there is no speech to text too, which is a little bit strange. But there's a look at the messaging applications on our two contestants. Let's wrap up our face-off today between the Nexus S and Xperia Arc, both running Google's Android 2.3 Gingerbread, with our browser comparison. Again, don't forget to stop by smartphoneenvy.com. Check out my winner of today's face-off, along with the written review, photos, and videos taken by both of today's contestants. If you're watching this on YouTube, simply click on the link just below in the description, and I'll get you straight over to Smartphone Envy. All right, let's hit into bookmarks and head over to Smartphone Envy, and we're off. Again, they're both running off the same Wi-Fi network. I have Flash enabled on both. And let's see how they do. And they both handled the mobile page with no problem. Alright, let's go from here to here. It looks neck and neck. Cleared the cache before we started as well. And the winner's going to be Nexus S is going for it. Here comes the Arc. Who's going to take it? Nexus S, got it. Arc was right behind it. Alright, as far as rendering, Arc's got everything, no problem whatsoever. You can see how smoothly it scrolls. Double tap to zoom in. Pinch to zoom, double tap to rewrap. Oh no, I know it does it. Don't fight me. Double tap to zoom in. Pinch to zoom, double tap. There we go. Rewraps. Still very smooth. Double tap to zoom all the way out. No problem. Nexus S. Definitely sticky at the startup. It seems to have a problem, as you can see, with the upper portion of the page. I think the widget is a little too much for it, and I'm not quite sure why, because it doesn't have a problem down here at the bottom of the page at all, but it does up near the top. And I've noticed it just on the Nexus S. Pinch to zoom, double tap to rewrap, no problems whatsoever. As you can see, it definitely has, once it's away from there, it's fine. But it definitely has an issue there. So far, I'm going to have to go with the Xperia Arc. Alright, let's go over to Engadget on both. Engadget's in here on both, I believe. Here we go. And we're off. Again, a Nexus S in the lead. And our winner's going to be, I couldn't tell. It looked like a tie. Alright, here's the Xperia Arc again. No glitches. Very smooth. Rendered everything just fine. Double tap to zoom in. Pinch to zoom. Double tap to reformat, rewrap. Double tap to zoom all the way out. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. Nexus S, a little sticky at start, but see now it has no problem with Engadget as far as scrolling. You know what? The upper widget seemed to be giving it some issues as well. Again, no problem with rewrapping the text or reformatting it to fit the page. No problem. Not quite as quick though as zooming all the way out. It seems to be lagging behind the Xperia Arc. Alright, let's give it the real test since I have flash enabled on both of them. Let's go to CNN on both of them. And let's watch a flash video and see if you can handle that. So far the Nexus S I think has been a little quicker. The side is attempting to open up a pop-up window block on both. Nexus S, first to load. Alright, no issues there. A little sticky yet, not as smooth here, as you can see. Seem to be stuck. Yep, the Nexus S has, there we go. See if we can get it to scroll back down. Alright. And we're off. Nexus S is definitely quick. It seems quicker at loading. See if it's going to make a liar out of me now. It doesn't seem to have the horsepower available when it gets down to really moving around on the page.
The first, the last, my everything, and the answer to all my dreams. You're all I'm living for. Your love I'll keep forevermore. The first, the last, my everything. Keeping them honest every night. AC 360. CNN, weeknights 10 Eastern.
Kate Middleton's entry into the royal family has drawn many comparisons to that of Diana's 30 years ago. But her marriage to Prince Charles not only didn't last, its disintegration involved a lot of public sniping and questionable behavior on both sides, all recorded by Britain's notoriously aggressive press. So a short time ago, I spoke to CNN.
All right. I had the volume turned down on the Nexus S from our YouTube comparison, but you could see on the Nexus S it was definitely having a hard time showing the flash video. It was definitely very choppy at the beginning. It took a much longer time for it to spool up and start running smoothly when compared to the Xperia Arc. So what I'm getting from this is, while the Nexus S is very fast at loading web pages, it did that very well. And on smaller web pages, absolutely no problem at all. But when you get to a good desktop style look on your smartphone on the Nexus S, there's definitely some issues with it handling what's going on the page as comfortably, anywhere near as comfortably as the Xperia Arc. So I thought the Xperia Arc did a much better job of handling the web than the Nexus S overall. So anyway, there's our comparison between our face-off between the Nexus S and Sony Ericsson Xperia Arc. I hope it's been helpful. Don't forget, stop by smartphoneenemy.com, check out the written review, my winner of today's face-off, along with photos and videos from both contestants. If you're watching this on YouTube, simply click on the link in the description to get over there. So there you go. Take care.